All right, down in Georgetown, Eastview High School for Tieson Ejiawoko. One of the most quickly ascending linebackers in the 2026 class. First off, tell me, how fun has this last month, 2 months been for you since the conclusion of the season? You picked up about 13, 15 offers so far. Things are rolling in for you.
Yeah, it's been great. A lot of coaches have been reaching out and showing a lot of love, telling me that they love my film and stuff like that. And to be honest, I've just been taking a lot of things in from each coach and just really trying to figure out what's the best experience for me and opportunity, and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, did you even go to a class during January, or were you just out here talking to coaches all day?
Basically, I was getting pulled out of class quite frequently. So yeah, that was nice.
And put it on camera here. You're 6'3", 227. Is that what it is?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How did you get this size? Because I walked into the coach's office just now and saw you, and I was like, okay, I knew you had some good length, some good size, but I didn't realize you were already this big as a junior right now.
Yeah. My mom, she plays sports, and it's kind of been a thing, once because my grandpa, he was the first generation, to come over here and stuff like that. So we had just got into sports and, so I'll say mostly from my mom.
Okay. So she's the athlete in the family.
Yeah.
And you said you moved down from Washington. You're down in Central Texas now, down in Georgetown, right outside of Austin. I mean, is the heat, you're used to it by now, right?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I probably got a little bit too used to it, I go back up there, I kind of, I forget I'm like, a little too cold, like we're asking for an extra jacket and stuff, but yeah, most definitely, I adjusted to it, most definitely.
Of course, getting down to the recruiting side of things, I know that you were just down at Texas for its junior day. I know that you're still committed to Texas Tech as well. I'll ask you about Texas Tech first. What was it about the Red Raiders and their staff that got you to commit right away and, really be a part of this 26 class for them?
Really them showing a lot of love early and, really them seeing potential in me early on. Nothing against, any other college, but, it was really it really meant something to me for Coach McGuire to, try to build like a close relationship and things like that. So that's what kind of really stood out to me. And, everything else kind of fell in with the, new facilities and, them just signing with Adidas, all that kind of plays a factor into it too. So, and, their whole coaching staff it's a loving staff and, I really can see myself developing there. So that's, kind of what pulled me in.
Yeah, absolutely. Were they your first offer or one of the first for you?
Yeah, it was one of the first ones.
Okay, so they've been on you for quite a while.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Well, I know Texas just offered back in January.
Yes, sir.
You got up to the junior day, January 25th. You got to talk to Coach Nansen. I wanted to ask you about that because Coach Nansen got some energy to him. Yeah. What did you take away from that conversation with him?
It was great. He said that he really liked my film and, it's, kind of surreal to think about, kind of being able to just like go down the street and play for, a university like that. And, also I love the coaching staff. I've been up there multiple times and, they've shown me nothing but, the best hospitality. So, it's always been a great thing. And, the recency with, going almost making it to national championship back to back, that was, there's nothing but add to it. So, that's what really kind of stands out to me about UT.
Yeah, you locked in an official visit for June 13th.
Yes, sir.
I know on those officials, a big conversation will be with Coach Sarkisian. Have you been able to grow a relationship with him just yet?
Yeah, we've been in contact lately, and really, we haven't really been talking much about football at all. Just trying to get to know each other on a personal level and things like that. So that's kind of what sticks out to me about that. So it's kind of a good thing going.
Yeah, I know multiple schools are recruiting you at different places on the defense right now. Some are even as an athlete, just in general. Texas has a middle linebacker. Is that preferable? Is it just, hey, let me get somewhere and I'll figure it out from there? Or what do you think about where you might play at the next level?
I don't, when it comes to playing outside or inside, I don't really have a preference. Whatever is best for the team is really what that's always what I've been about. And, I don't really have a preference. I just love football and I'm just there to, do my job and do what's best for the team. So, that's kind of my vision on go to the next level. So
I know you're committed to Tech. Texas is after. Who are some of these other schools that you're hearing from pretty often?
TCU, Arizona State, UTSA, UTEP. Yeah, those are the ones that are.
Staying close to home pretty important for you then?
I mean, it would be nice, but really, whatever, just, is the best situation for me, the best opportunity,
Right.
for me to develop, and, of course, NIL is, going to play a factor in that too. So, whatever's just the best situation for me, really. But it would be nice though.
I got a couple fun ones for you. You mentioned NIL. Hypothetically, you get your first $1 million. What are you doing with that? How are you spending your first $1 million?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a real big cereal guy, so I always grew up saying once I got a lot of money, I never run out of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So
that's number one for you.
Yeah, I get a pantry full of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Most definitely, that'd be the first thing I get. But
yeah, I like that. Cinnamon Toast. That's a new one. I haven't heard that one just yet, but I like it.
Yeah.
On top of that, you're about to head out to track practice. What are you doing this spring in terms of track and field?
I'm most definitely competing in shot put, and I'll partake in the 200 and 100 most definitely.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And perfect. In terms of setting up official visits, Texas June 13th, Texas Tech June 20th.
Yes,
you plan to take as many as you can. You plan to take a couple more, and just kind of waiting until it all kind of falls in place.
Yeah, just kind of wait until it kind of falls in place. Wherever. Really just letting it kind of come in, and whenever I get a schedule, that's when I, get it done.
And of course, I know that we're going to have your tape rolling on this interview with you.
Okay.
But for folks who haven't seen your tape just yet or don't know much about you as a football player, describe to them real quick just about what it is about you and your talents on the football field.
One thing I feel like that stands out about me is you don't really see the consistency. And the competition level, I'm really getting after it, and I'm very, very knowledgeable. I'm very smart. I know what I'm doing and things like that. I'm a dog. I can do everything. Anything coach needs me to do, I can do it. And my film shows that I can block, I can tackle, I can catch, I can run, I can do anything. So that's really what stands out about me.
That's exactly why some schools see you as an athlete in total.
Yes,
well, Tyson, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
We'll catch up with you soon.
Yes, sir. It was nice.
Bastrop 2026 defensive lineman Tiki Hola. It's been crazy for you. What's this last month of recruiting been like for you, with all these college coaches coming in?
It's been kind of crazy lately, everybody. There was 1 week where everybody kind of just came to mashed in, Notre Dame came by, USC, Texas, Oregon, SMU, everybody came by, and it was kind of overwhelming. But at the same time, I'm kind of just enjoying it, enjoying the process and everything, and kind of just, it's an opportunity for me and my family to grow and grow in places where we can develop and just kind of just learn from everything and stuff like that.
You got a couple official visits set. Do you know the weekends for those just yet?
Yes, sir. I have SMU. It's the 2nd to the 4th, and then of May, and then USC is the 6th to the 8th, and then Notre Dame the 12th to the 15th.
Okay. And Texas, have you talked to Texas at all about an official visit?
I'll talk to them lately, but I haven't really talked to them about official visits yet.
Okay. And I'll ask you, it feels like you've kind of narrowed down some schools. Are you down to a final group? Or are you down to, some schools that you're just focusing on, moving forward at least?
Moving forward, I think...
Are you still open to some?
Yeah, I'd say my top 5 right now. I think I'm pretty solid with that, and I think moving forward, maybe that'll change. But
sure.
As of right now, I think that's good where I am right now.
I'll ask you about Notre Dame because we just talked about their run to the national championship. You have a good relationship with Coach Freeman. Beyond that, what kind of excites you about Notre Dame and what they're building up there?
I think they're a really big thing on family wise and connection and relationships, and I think those are people that you can trust and stuff like that. And Coach Freeman, obviously he's a good head coach, but he's just a good guy and personal, and they just want to just get to know you personally, and have their families come around and meet their family, so that makes it feel like you're a part of them, and stuff like that. But it's just a big part. But yeah. And
then with USC, I know that they're trying to get that defense going, trying to get that thing with D'Anton Lynn, all the way back to where it was at USC. How big of a picture are they pitching to you to come in and be a big piece of that defensive line?
Yeah, they've had a couple new coaches come in, but that's kind of the process that they kind of have to go through. But they brought in some really good people. They brought in Rob Ryan. Obviously he's going to help very like a Super Bowl champion. And Coach Lynn, he's going to come in. He's going to make a difference as well. And, you know, Coach Nua, Coach Henny, they've always been the same people, so they're just going to keep doing what they do. And if they have to make any changes, they know how to do it.
And then SMU, you mentioned you're going to hit them up first for your officials. Do you think people are giving SMU enough of a shot here now that, you know, you got some big boys, you know, coming after you here?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think SMU, them making the college football playoffs, I think that made a big difference in them. Yeah, but, you know, they've been hitting me up every day, and they kind of just, you know, just want to catch up on everything. And Coach Tibbs, Coach Simons, and Coach Lashley, you know, they kind of just, you know, just hit me up every once in a while, just, you know, just checking up.
And I'll ask you about Coach Baker down at Texas. I mean, how often are you all talking, and you still feel like Texas is in the mix for you here?
As of right now, yes, I think so. But you know, Coach Baker, he's obviously always going to be my guy. You know, we've grown as people in the recruiting realm and all that. But I think he's a very faithful guy. He's big in the Lord, so I think that's one thing that I really like about him is that, you know, maybe if I can ever hit him up about that, you know, that's one thing that could always, you know, keep us in contact and stuff like that. But yeah.
When was the last time you were at Texas?
I think it was the pool bash.
Okay.
I think that was the
back
last
in
time
July.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they had invited me to junior day, but I was already gone.
Yeah.
Somewhere else, but yeah.
Well, good deal. Do you have plans whenever, you know, spring ball comes around to go see any schools? I'm sure, you know, before some of these.
I think what was it, USC, Notre Dame, SMU, they have already hit me up about that. But I haven't really set any like official dates yet. But obviously, sooner or later that will come. But yeah.
And when do you want to be done with this? When are you ready to just say, all right, this is kind of where I want to put recruiting behind me?
I think where I'll settle is, I think, at the end of June or the beginning of July.
So after official visits. Perfect.
Yeah, because that's kind of where I want to just settle and, you know, just like get all that stuff out of my head for my senior year. Yeah, just move forward.
And speaking of senior year, I mean, what is it that you're looking to completely, I guess, work on, get better at, you know, focus on before senior year?
I'd say my vocal leadership and just leading by example. I think that's just one thing that's been a part of me since I was, you know, coming up as a freshman and, you know, starting as a freshman. So, like, trying to do that and, like, move that forward to the next level, I think that's one thing that I can grow up on and, you know, build off of.
And then last thing for you, are most schools recruiting you as a 3, a 5, a nose? Where most schools? Interior.
Yeah, so, like, somewhere in the 3-5 realm, and maybe if they can move it to a 0, then but that's kind of that's kind of the talk's been lately, because obviously, I mean, I'm not going to be a 5, I'm not going to be edge rusher or any of that, but yeah.
Well, good deal. Tiki, thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.